Hey mathematicians, today's game is one of my favorites. It's called Blockout, and I learned it from Dan Finkel at mathforlove.com. In this video, you'll see how you can play the game Blockout with mathematicians as young as 5 or 6 and as old as me. So let's get started. Here I am playing with my daughter. We'll take turns rolling 2 dice. I rolled a 3 and a 3. This means I'm going to shade a rectangle that has 3 rows with 3 squares in each row. The first player gets to decide anywhere he or she wants to shade their rectangle. Now this roll is a little more interesting. Monroe gets to decide if she wants to shade a rectangle with 6 rows that has 5 squares in each row, or a rectangle that has 5 rows with 6 squares in each row. Can you tell what she's choosing? She also gets to choose where she wants to shade in her rectangle. The only thing is, you can't shade over any squares that have already been shaded. So let's skip ahead a bit. You're probably noticing that there aren't many spaces left to shade. I rolled a 5 and a 2, and that just won't fit anywhere on the unshaded spaces. Monroe's roll will fit. She decides to do a rectangle with 1 row and 2 squares in the row. I got luckier this time and was able to draw a rectangle with 5 rows and 1 square in each row. Another roll that won't fit in the empty spaces, so she passes the dice to me. This won't fit either. Once both players pass in a row, the game is over. Now to figure out the winner. The player with the most squares shaded wins the game. Notice Monroe's counting strategy. I wonder if there's a different way. She really persevered in her counting. Do you think there's a way that I can count these without counting every single one like you did?
Yeah.
Monroe decides that counting by tens might be easier, so she's trying to find groups of 10 squares. She soon finds that this is a little bit tricky to organize. I tried to help her by outlining her groups, but we still didn't make it very far with that strategy. That's kind of hard, huh? What if I did this? Because I know...
That's 15.
How'd you know that was 15?
Because that's 10 plus 5.
Ah, so 5, 10, 15. Okay, so how many are right here?
7. And 7 is 14. And then 7 more is 21.
How'd you know that?
Wait.
So you did 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21. Okay, so what about down here?
Down here. 12.
Okay,
It's easy.
here, watch your marker, please.
12.
So this rectangle had how many squares?
12.
How'd you know it?
Because I just know 6 plus 6 is 12.
So you had 6
Plus
and
6 is 12.
And how many over here?
3 and 2 is 5.
So this one has 3 plus 2 is 5. So how many do I have all together? There were some amazing addition strategies going on there, adding up all of those squares. But I know you want to get playing, so we'll skip ahead right to the end.
3.
Good game.
You lost.
You got me. Just for fun, I decided to try it out with my kindergartner. He needed a little help understanding how many squares would go in each row, but he did a great job with counting, subitizing the numbers on the dice, and even writing some 2-digit numerals at the end. So let's hear a review from the players. Monroe, what'd you think of the game we played today?
I love it. I loved it so much it didn't even feel like math.
Do you love math?
Yeah.
What did it feel like?
Amazing. Oh, now I see the math part. Counting. That's the... Oh, yeah. Doesn't feel like math at all.
I hope some of you are thinking that there's another way to record how many total squares you have. This game is excellent for practicing your multiplication facts and also thinking about area. I'm sure you've also noticed that this time I'm playing alone. You don't have to have a partner or group to play Blockout. Everything works the same way. You keep rolling and shading in rectangles until you can't fit any more in. Once you have 2 rolls that will not fit on your game board, your game's over. So figure out how many total squares you were able to shade. 86 for me. When playing alone, it's fun to play more than one round and see if you can beat your high score. I got 119 this round. Looks like my brain grew. I hope you liked this game today. Have fun playing. See you soon.